Well, greetings. Obviously home from tour. That was a good time. If you watched the last video, you saw a bunch of highlights from that. But moving on, today is the first day we are going to start rehearsing as a full band for Max. So pretty exciting. We've only done acoustics, kind of electric, two-piece thing. So yeah, today we were going over to a place called Diamond Sound, just barely north of downtown Nashville, and into rehearsal space with my friend Lee and Mark and Josh, who are going to be in the band. I'll intro those guys later. So yeah, pretty exciting. Today is just the band only, so we can kind of get our gear set up, suss out any issues, start working on some songs, and kind of be prepared for when Max comes tomorrow. So in the next 2 days, we'll do full band with Max, run through the songs a bunch of times. Then Saturday, we have our very first full band show, which is pretty exciting for everybody, mainly Max, because he's never done it. It just seems insane because I've been doing this for so long, but he is pretty young. But it's an exciting time for sure. We're playing this thing called Musician's Corner in Centennial Park, just west of Nashville a little bit, or west of downtown, excuse me. It's in Nashville. Yeah, so hopefully the weather cooperates this weekend. We're getting some storms the next 2 days, and I mean, it even looks kind of ominous right now. But you know, what are you gonna do? I can't control the weather. So I got all my gear packed here. Bunch of stuff in the old 97 4Runner. I'll probably go through all the gear I'm using at the rehearsal space once it's set up, but I've got my old 61 18 Gretsch Anniversary Gibson 335, my Duesenberg lap steel. This is a guitar stand, pedal board, amp, little work box if anyone needs to change strings or work on their guitars. I've got another little pedal board tucked back there it's more for a direct thing. I'll kind of explain that later, how I do that. A lot of oh wait, my water bottle's back here. Got to stay hydrated. It's my Clash water bottle. I don't know if I've shown that before. Courtesy of Orca Coolers here in Nashville. My buddy works there, and it's been very kind to me over the years. I got a Clash cooler too. I call it London Cooling. Anyways, that's stupid dad joke. Anyways, about to get in the car here, as you can see, and I'm gonna head over to run a couple errands and then hit up Diamond Sound, get my keys out. I'm doing a play-by-play. I have my keys in my hand now. Now I'm going to put them in the ignition and start the car. Anyways, yeah, a lot of people nowadays do amp modeling, you know, like Helix stuff or Kemper, Fractal. I mean, everyone's making stuff now. Boss has an IR2, an IR200, all that stuff. So I have a little mini board that goes on top of my amp. It's kind of, it kind of makes my rig like a hybrid. So I have my amp and I have a direct thing. So it's kind of a thing to blend in, slash if a tube were to go out or something went wrong with my amp, God forbid, I would still have some kind of guitar signal. So it's, you know, it's a handy little feature to have. And if there's a situation where like backline is just crap or something on a fly date, I can just use that and my tone will be just like it is in my home studio when I do demos. So anyways, let's go.
Now I ain't the sharpest chisel that your hands have ever held.
So that's some real stuff right there.
What you got going on there, dude?
Oh, just, you know, vibrations. Good vibrations. Bad vibrations.
Mark is working those muscles. This is Kristen. Kristen Rogers, vocalist extraordinaire.
Hi, America.
All 50 of my viewers are going to love this. Play us some jams. That's so good. Told you she was good. This is Max's vocal coach. There's Lee. I'm just pointing at people now. Kristen, Lee, Kristen, Lee. All right, we are at Diamond Sound Studios in Nashville. There's a bunch of rehearsal spaces. Here, look, I'll show you. Why not? It'll get louder out here, but there's a whole hall down here with a bunch of small rooms people can rent monthly or whatever. It's like that. And then back here, we got a room there, a room here, our room down here, and these are like the bigger rooms. As you can hear, for like full bands. Most people in here have like you know, it's like drummers or people that just do like recording and stuff have like a small room with like a desk or a drum kit or whatever. But so we're in this room, which is a lot bigger. And I thought it'd be fun to show a little gear that I'm using. Here's Mark's kit. Nice Ludwig. So with guitars here, I brought my main one will be my 79 335 in walnuts. You can see that, nice wood. Got this thing a couple years ago. Maybe I've shown that on a video before. This is my OG. I've had this for about 20-ish years, 21 years. This is my Gretsch 6118T, I think, anniversary. It looks more lime green on camera, but it's a nice faded. I think originally they called it two-tone Cadillac green, but I've had this for a long time. I used to play this in the supertones and use it on a bunch of recordings, stuff like that. This next guitar is not mine. Lee brought this because he knows I'm a big fan of Fender Coronados, and this thing, let me tell you, this thing is badass. This is a 67 matching headstock. 60s Coronados were like that, but this thing is awesome. I haven't plugged it in yet, but we're doing a video shoot all day on Sunday to shoot a bunch of videos for Max. And he's like, oh, I'll bring that. And you can play it or whatever. So I was like, hell yeah, I'll play that. Then up here, I've got my lap steel, my Duesenberg. Pick out of the way. Here's this guy. Slide here. These are fun because it's got benders, which is nice. So I can kind of get a bit of a pedal steel sound. Then on my pedal board, I've got my guitar and my lap steel going into an A-B switch right here. So that's guitar. If I go over there, that's my lap steel. So I can switch in the middle of a song. There's a few songs in Max's set where I'm playing lap steel and then I switch over to guitar for a solo or vice versa. My pedal board's really simple. There's nothing crazy to it. So yeah, the signals come in here and they go out of this into my volume pedal and then tuner out there. So that's nothing else is going into that, just the signal into the tuner to you know, tune. Out of there I go into the Visual Sound Route 66, back when they were called Visual Sound. Now they're True Tone. I keep the compression on all the time. I've got this drive on most of the time. If I'm playing steel, I'll turn this off and turn on this. This is actually a 1981 LVL that Matt Hoops makes, his company. He has the DRV and the LVL. This he gave me 2 years ago, I think. This is one of the prototypes. So he told me that nothing or not much has changed since. There's like a little bit that has changed, but it sounds killer. It's a great like low gain boost. So I keep that on only for lap steel, and then I'll use it as a boost for lead or whatever. Then we go into the Saucy Box by Way Huge. I have a deal with Dunlop and they distribute their stuff, so I can get good deals on that. So then we go from there into this MXR Phase 100, which I've posted on Instagram about before. This was my dad's from the 70s. This is an original Phase 100. I loaned it to a friend named Randy Torres. He probably put those marks on there. And he had it for almost 20 years. Seriously, I'm not kidding. He thought he lost it, and then he moved somewhere in the desert in California. He hit me up and he's like, hey, I found it. I was like, no way. So he shipped it to me. A buddy of mine, Nathan, in Asheville, North Carolina, we were on the road together, so I gave it to him. He's an electronics whiz, and so he fixed it up for me. It works again. It sounds awesome. So we go from that down here into the Seymour Duncan shape shifter. It's a tap, just a tap tremolo. You can do like 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. So, you know, if you're just doing this, it's basically however you're tapping it. Oh, I'm sorry, that doubles it. My bad. This is more like real time. And this doubles it. This is triplets, and that is just crazy. I don't do that. So I usually keep it on triplets. Sounds kind of cool. And from there, going to the HX1. I've for a long time used the Line 6 M5, and I'm not a big like multi-effects unit guy. I know everyone's got the HX Stomp, which I'd love to get one day. But these are great and affordable, and it's got like 250 different effects in it, and really sounds amazing. So I'm using this for a bunch of different things. I can go in, if you can tell, you know, a bunch of Max's songs are in there. This is like an intro thing I do. This is like a detuner thing that goes down a half step. This is a reverb I use on this song, you know, just stuff like that. And then the last two go from that into the MXR reverb. This is a great reverb pedal. It's got 6 different reverbs in it. You can do a wet mode when you power it on, all this stuff. It's a fantastic little pedal for a good price. And then lastly, this has been on my board for probably, I don't know, 10 years. These aren't hard to find, but they've gone up in price. Fender and Boss did a little collaboration with the 63 reverb. This is like the closest, at the time at least, I still think it sounds great, closest to like a spring reverb in a box. I love this thing. This is always on my board. I don't think I ever, or whatever board I have, that's gonna be on it. Then from there, we go back to my amp. Basically doing a rig rundown, I just realized. Yeah, so that, the signal from my pedal board comes all the way back here. Then I run into this radial stage bug. If there's any noise on the pedal board, this usually will kill it. Then we go into an A-B switch, as you can see, DI or amp. So a lot of guys do like amp modeling, and I do, but I do kind of a hybrid thing. So I'm using an amp and a modeler. So I use the Strymon Iridium. This thing is great. That just goes into a DI, that's all. So I can turn that off if I want. I can turn this on, off, whatever. I keep them both on. But the nice thing is, if something goes wrong with my amp, I can, I'll still have the DI sound. So it's kind of a backup, but also can be blended in. Got the idea from Sadler from Jason Isbell's band. He runs one of these kind of for the same reason. I'm not sure if he still does, but a couple years ago he did. And so I thought, well, that's cool. And then I'm playing this Tyler JT22. John Tyler has been insanely nice to me and generous to me over the years, and really built me some cool stuff. This is probably my favorite one he's ever built me. Kind of like his version of a Fender Deluxe. I think it's got a little more, you know, of this, I guess a punch, I don't know. It's just a little more. That's my gear nerd way to describe it. It's more. Or in Spinal Tap terms, it's one louder. That's all I really have for this. It's just a pedal board case and my camera and water bottle, and nothing too exciting there, but that's the quick version of what I'm playing for these shows with Max. This is, like I said earlier, this is our first time playing as a full band. Max has never done it, but I got my friend Josh Auer on bass, who I've known since high school. He lives in Tennessee now, so I brought him in for these this first batch of shows. A guy named Lee Baker on acoustic, and then a guy named Mark Gatton on drums. That's all for now. We rehearsed a bunch of songs. I'll film some of us rehearsing, I guess, tomorrow, because Max will be here. We just did the band only, so we can kind of get everything dialed in. So, but I think that's about it. More tomorrow. Well, we finished rehearsals, did the band day, did 2 days with Max. As you saw, our friend Kristen Rogers, who's an insane vocalist, sweetheart human being, and vocal coach, blah, blah, blah. She does it all. She came in and kind of helped Max with some stuff and breathing stuff. It's all important things, you know, as a vocalist, you know, to deliver your best performance and, you know, preserve your voice, be able to have enough air and all that stuff. It was really cool to see in person. I've never really watched a vocal coach session happen, but yeah, I think everyone's sounding great. Everyone in the band is learning the parts and is kicking ass, and excited to play this show tomorrow. I'll film some stuff tomorrow. It's this thing in Centennial Park in Nashville called Musician's Corner, and it should be really fun. The only downside is there's an 80% chance of rain tomorrow, so we will see how that goes. I don't know what the staging company and production's plans are for that weather, but we will see. It would be a big bummer if we did all that rehearsing and the show got canceled tomorrow, but we'll find out tomorrow, I guess. All right, well, we are at a unknown location. It's actually a creative space, what was a house called Rain Candy. It's on like websites like Peerspace. People can shoot videos here, whatnot, which is what we're doing today. For Max, it's mostly like a content day. I guess that's what the kids do. But yeah, it's a really cool space, and I didn't get any footage of us playing yesterday. I realized I got photos with the GoPro here, but so yeah, gloomy day. There's some chance of severe weather today. It's already kind of gloomy, but let's go through here and see what this place has to offer.
Yeah, can you chew some tobacco and spit it on the floor?
Yep. That's pretty awesome. Oh look, are we on camera?
Yeah. There you are.
Looking good, looking good.
It's looking sick.
And we have 2 rooms dressing rooms, hair and makeup. Here's Josh telling some story that's probably not true. So I was in the Philippines.
My first million.
This is Claire.
Hello.
What's your title?
I'm a hair and makeup artist.
I need a lot of work done.
Okay.
Get ready.
I have my grandfather's eyebrows.
They don't look bad.
Thank you, I trimmed them. And over here, we have these 2 nerds. We're working on Ableton.
Just doing some Ableton stuff here, making sure that it works.
Make sure the time signature matches up with. Actually, can you put can you make it do a hemiola?
It's actually in 4/4, but we have to put the click in 8/8 because Ableton doesn't do that.
And I'm not very good at my job, so.
I like to play stuff in 16/16.
Me too.
It's the best sound ever. Max McNown, so hot right now.
That's me.
What are we doing, Max?
We're filming a music video, and I'm in a very tight Henley.
I'd like that shirt back when you're done with it, please. All right, it is time to start the first one. I brought like 5 guitars. I'm gonna start with my 335.
What can y'all do?
Which I played at the show yesterday. Start with that. I brought some other cool ones that I don't tour with too, but here's our setup. That's Zach.
Hey, you little frickers, subscribe.
Whoa.
Don't worry about it.
And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video.
Comment your favorite song that I wrote for Max.
Have you already twisted the crank?
He has a
crank line's
YouTube
twisted.
channel.
I'm working on the flux job. Can't find
And
it.
probably says, "What's up, guys?" at the beginning of every video. I'm just kidding. He doesn't. Much better. Much better.
I
Thank
told
you,
her, I was
Claire.
like, my hair's pointing in certain directions to
Yeah.
cover up bald spots.
Hey, you think I'm okay or? I didn't show that on camera on purpose. It's a mystery. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Filming a video.
Or I guess you probably want Max.
How hot is the band looking?
Extremely spicy.
His words, not mine. How's it going today, Joe? Thought so. Wonderful. Always working. Called dominating.
My kids say I do the worst dab of all time.
It's not great, but I
I don't really
can't.
know how to do it.
I can't do one myself
You know how
either.
to do it?
I mean, I know. Here, hold this. Let's see. Why don't you film me doing one now?
All right.
Is this supposed to be like quick? Like
Yeah. But that's the whole thing is I think like our age group doesn't know as much.
no. That's like the equivalent of like a young person doing the Running Man now. It's like
Yeah.
you're not doing it right.
Exactly.
Exactly. We're going to film Hey There Delilah. It's a cover song. Look at these dudes. Working hard or hardly working?
Dude, don't listen to him, guys.
Come on.
Okay, listen to him.
Claire, help me. Will you kick his ass for me? Whoa, look at us matching. Look at twins. Yes. Dude,
Hey, twin. You have little flippies.
you're like turning into RoboCop.
You think? Oh, this thing?
Yeah, it's like if that, like it looks like it's attached to your actual body right now.
Feels like I call it my scorpion stinger.
Dude, it is like a scorpion stinger. I'm not gonna mess with him. I'm being hair and makeup. I get wings. I haven't cut my hair in a while, and that's what happens. Thank you. God, I feel handsome now. Say the thing for the band. That's a wrap. It's a wrap on us. That's a wrap. Not for you. You have more work to do.
Not yet.
You have to keep working. Not us. Time to go home.
Everybody group shot.
Group shot.
That's a wrap! Except for Max.
Yep.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.